Right. You had a tragedy in your family as well when your father passed away, and that kind of feeds into your business a little bit here, and why you're passionate about what you're doing here. You want to explain kind of how that went down?
Yeah, for sure. So my father, he passed away unfortunately when he was 57 years old on a sheep hunting trip. Actually, that photo that's in the presentation was actually taken just a couple of days before he passed away. That was the trip he was on when he passed away.
Yeah.
But the interesting part, or how that maybe correlates with what we're doing, is he had his yearly physical done a week before he went on that hunting trip, and was told that he was in good health, that he didn't have
Right.
anything to worry about. Now, obviously, a week later after the physical, he passed away, so there was most certainly something wrong or not identified in that checkup. And in my father's case, something quite unique is my father was an identical twin, and so my uncle, after everything kind of settled, after my dad passed, decided that he should probably get checked out, do a extensive checkup.
Smart.
Just being
Yep.
an identical twin, there was probably some potential for correlations, and so he actually went down to Phoenix, to the Mayo Clinic in Phoenix, and did what they called their executive checkup. And during this checkup, he did identify some issues, and was able to mitigate those issues and live a number of more years, 15, 20 more years after that. And so we have a product that we offer, which is called our executive checkup, and it is our inspiration is really my dad, because we believe that if he would have had access to that checkup, he more than likely would be alive today.
Yeah.
It's something that is not what I would call, what's the word? The word is escaping me. You have to apologize. Sometimes I'm thinking in Spanish and the word doesn't come out in English. But there's no special technologies involved in executive checkup. These are scans that all major hospitals should have available to them. It's just not something that's offered because it's time consuming and in depth.
Yeah.
But anyways, we create our executive checkup, and our executive checkup is a Mayo Clinic executive checkup. We're very fortunate. The main hospital that we work with in Guadalajara is the Hospital Porteous, and it's a Mayo Clinic affiliated hospital. And so the clinic that the checkup that we do is the same checkup you would get if you went to the Mayo Clinic in Phoenix or other locations.
Right.
The only difference being, number one, I don't even think people can get in for the executive checkup currently at the Mayo Clinic. There's such a demand for it that it's basically a waiting list.
Yeah.
And number two, you're looking at probably $5,000 or $6,000 US for an executive checkup in the States, where our checkup comes in at about $1,600 US. So it's something that we're really passionate about and really encouraging people to do. And it's actually one of the main, or it's one of the foundations of our business, is the executive checkup and diagnostics.
Yeah.
Just number one, there's such a huge need for it, it seems like right now in Canada.
Yeah.
And number two, we have such great facilities in Mexico and access to them, and at what we feel like are quite reasonable costs, all things considered.
Yeah, I mean the living stats in Canada are dropping at a unbelievable rate right now. I did see a study the other day. It was talking about it was like the average age of death in each country. Canada's has dropped by 2 years since 2020. That's an unbelievable stat, because that normally moves a half month, maybe a month per year, depending on what happens in a country. For it to move 2 years in a 5-year span is the experts are saying it's unprecedented. They've never seen it in this country before, and normally they only see it in third world countries. That is very, very scary. As taxpayers, there's not much we can do at the end of the day to fix that. It's up to the government that we elect in, and we keep seeming to elect in governments that don't give a shit about this right now. So I appreciate that you were thinking outside the box and finding other opportunities.